So here is the April Fool's joke I put in play for Friday, which was April 1st, obviously. We have a network e-manager application used to configure our phone systems. So I'll just log in right now just to show you a little bit about it. You log in, you connect to your equipment. What I did is I changed these graphics to represent new graphics. I looked online for some graphics that would represent these graphics for each of these categories. So if I'll go back home, if I'll click log out, you'll see this phone right here, this image. Well, what I went to is the eManager folder itself, where it stores all the HTML files. And I clicked on images, and I put some images in here from the internet. And these main images, I just added a digit beyond them to replace them. So right now I could replace this image that's on our screen behind this Explorer window. So I got a picture that I edited in Photoshop, and I'll name this to background. And now when I click refresh, it's going to go to this screen. So what I did was I pretended that there was going to be a new eManager application out that the technicians would have to reinstall. So I kind of thought it was funny that they'd have to, it takes a while to install these things. You have to back it up on the old database and put it into the new. So I pretended like this was going to be a new install that Toshiba was bringing out with. So some of the images that I'll change back, just renaming these. Just going to rename all these. So now if we log in, so now if I click refresh, it should come up with the new images. So that's how I did that. And now I will show you how to change the color scheme. So we go back to eManager, we go to the app themes, and what I did was to change the dark blue scheme. I took this out. I originally had that in. This would have gone into where this yellow horizontal line is. But what I did was put in the yellow in that spot and basically change this color scheme. I have that brown. It used to be gray. So now up here too, you see Network eManager version 5.2 D02. That corresponds with the menu items on each of the screens. So now we'll take a look at the tab screen. So I'll go back into the eManager. I'll click to the equipment. I'm actually click to the apartment one that I'm in right now, the phone system. I could change the trunk DID. So you see it says DID right here. Well, I went in there to the eManager. I went to main. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the nav and then go to main. It's an ASP file. So I'm gonna edit into the Visual Studio, and I'm going to click the Control Find button, and I'm going to click DID, and underneath that DID I'm going to change the title to DN Mapping, and I'm going to say NEW new with the exclamation mark. Now I'm going to Control save that. Now if I go back to here, click refresh, now Trunka says DID and DID DN mapping, so I was able to fool them by pretending like there's a new menu item going on, or a new feature in that. The PDF, if I click on the home, if I click on the CIX help, brings you up a PDF, runs you through a tutorial of how to configure things. Well, I wanted to change that to represent the April Fools itself. So I went to eManager, Script Library, click on the Help, right click that, N for Notepad, and right here down where these variables are, plugging in the variables, what I did was these forward slashes mean that you cancel out. It's just a text file, or it cancels out the programming. So here's the April Fool's file that I have in there. So I'm gonna take out those forward slashes, and that's actually going to plug it into the programming itself. Now if I click on refresh, if I click on CIX help, plugs in my April Fool's PDF file that I have in. And when I'm done doing the April Fool's joke, I can just put in those forward slashes again back to the main PDF file that should be there. And last but not least, I'm going to close out of this, close out of this, close out of that, close out of this. So you see how when I click on this application, it loads it in the pop-up. There's no tabs. There's no tabs like in a browser, a usual browser. It's a pop-up tab. So what I did was I told them that they told the technicians that Toshiba would come out with a new eManager that comes in tabular bars. So what I did with that was I went to the eManager folder again, went to the default.html, went to the notepad. In this part where it says window open, I put in a comma plus target equals blank. That way, when you open it, it's going to open a blank Internet Explorer tabular version, and see, there it is. Now it's opening in tabs where you can actually go, you got back buttons on it, but it still does not open. So what you have to do is go to the eManager, go to shortcut, because it opens up in a shortcut, right click that, go to properties, go to main home.aspx. That's actually the true if you go to main home.aspx, here's the home.aspx file. So now when I open that, there we go. It's going to open it in the home.aspx. It's actually in the browser now, so actually I can actually click on different tabs now, have, you know, my other internet browsers open, or my Windows tabs open, instead of just having it as a pop-up. So that is my April Fool's joke that I had for Friday, and I thought it looked pretty good, you know, pretending that there was a new version, but evidently I sent an email to everybody saying there's a new version. They looked on the website for a new version, they said there wasn't, but I told them, just sent an email to them, and I'll show you right now. I'll show you, let's see, sent items, let's see, Friday, new eManager, okay, got off FYI, I said. Everybody's saying, here's what I put, I said that I forgot to mention to them that there's a new eManager installed. Why was I out of the loop? Why did no one tell me about it? And they just come back and say that not seeing it on FYI, and I told them let's talk about it on Monday. I sent another email saying let's talk about it on Monday, but they didn't seem to play the joke really well. I thought it was a pretty good joke, but I don't know if they really took it well. These are technicians, but I thought they would definitely be schooled by that. And I even took a PDF document from Toshiba and converted it to a Word document so I could edit it, and I made this up myself. So all this area right here is what I put in. This stuff was actually from a true version, this 5B26, but up here above, from here on above, is what I edited, and then I turned it back into a PDF file, so that way they could actually, I didn't show them this document yet, but everybody should take a look at it on Monday. I should show them tomorrow, and they should actually look at this and think it's actually from Toshiba. So that is it. That is my April Fool's joke for 2016.